What's up guys, Hades here. So today I want to go through a little bit of an arena adventure. I recently leveled up. I want to show you my new setup. I finished finally the artifact for Poseidon. I finally got the percent boost. It took me 17 tries. As you can see, a full one is 15 plus 2 extras, so very frustrating. If you haven't seen the artifact need a rework video, go watch that one. Very important. Now for the team, this team was lacking a bit of damage, but because I got the artifact and I reborned it I think 50 times to get the percent attack, we're looking good. Now the weaknesses here are the artifact still isn't maxed out for Ghidorah, artifact is still low for Athena, and I don't have a lot of dust into my two backliners. Now the two front are at 20 and the two back are at 20, but the 20 for the back is not very good as it's so much easier to get. Now the lack of damage I've been compensating for with Chaos Storm to get that 10% physical defense drop. The other problem I have with this team is the fact that Poseidon is so strong, he actually kills my own team when I get confused by Loki. So most of the time I'm actually sitting with Fighting Master in this type of formation. And I'm actually going to go over 3 reports in the arena that show kind of the difference between Fighting Master and Blade Vortex or battle stance, and kind of what matters and why I have to switch them. So let's jump into it. Okay, the first report I want to talk about is this report I have against Banana. It's really good data because our main versus main, while we're full troops, it's actually really close to a mirror match. However, he has Fufei and I'm using Zenobia, so the only benefit I have over him is the single target healing, but Fufei is going to give a little bit more healing in general. Now the other advantage I have over him is my artifact is better. However, he is running battle stance and I am not, so this is kind of where you're going to see if I had been using battle stance here, I easily would have won this, but I'm going to watch this with you guys just to kind of point out a few details. And this is what happens at a lot of matches, and you need to know and understand how and why things are happening so that you can better play against them in your future matchups or your future battles. So the fights are always extremely slow. The Poseidons are doing nothing. It's a bunch of tanks and healers, they're doing nothing. You tickle each other back and forth, and then end of the day his Poseidon gets 200% boost and mine only gets 100% boost. Now the difference is, because I'm not using battle stance, I actually get first hit and I actually almost get second hit first. The problem is his ramps up so much faster and he's not targeting mine very well, and I have kind of the advantage from the first hit as well as the better artifact, and that is why I come out on top in that battle. Now I want to jump into another battle that kind of shows the second weakness to this team. Okay, that second battle is here on this defeat. I just did it an hour ago, and you can see here I wipe through the first few teams and then I come to this team and I get absolutely obliterated. Now here's my worst nightmare scenario. Alex single target, he's got Berserker, Windrage, and Assembly Charge, all just focusing on my Poseidon. Second problem is there's Loki, and if I get confused and I'm not using Fighting Master in this one, I'm probably just going to kill my own team, right? And then the stats just tell the story. I'm not going to watch this replay because you can just see. Look at all this assembly and normal attack damage, and then when you go over and you look at the data, you can click damage taken, and you can see here I took 16 million damage from the Alexander, and it's all upfront early damage, right? I'm scaling on my demonic and that's the only damage I have, while he's just straight up hitting me like a truck from the beginning. Gets my Poseidon low. If Poseidon gets low, I'm gonna lose. Just straight up, there's no other way to look at it. And then you can also check damage taken on your own units to see if you hit yourself. And you can see here, I did not, but it just didn't matter because I got turbo focused by Alex and there's just nothing I can do as a counter. Also, I wasn't quite full troops due to going through a few other ones, but that wouldn't have mattered either way. Now the third report, and this one's pretty important too, is this pretty meta team that has Himiko hard carrying the back line. I actually think this team performs very well into my team for a few reasons. The first one is most Himikos are double stacking just like Poseidon, but the fact is there's not a whole lot you can do in counter, except the fact that she can't put Poseidon in the realm, and that's the advantage you have. And you can see I do take a win here, but a lot of these teams are very difficult. I do want to show you this one because there's a lot of little details that are important in these matchups. Now again, it's essentially 2 tanks and a support on the right side, and it's 2 supports and a tank on the left side. I would say it's almost exactly the same. The 2 carries are basically storing up, doing nothing. And you can see Battle Stance has made Himiko not gain any energy, and I've already ulted. And that's the advantage of my setup. The problem is, once Himiko starts to blast off, I lose half my healing. You can see here, Theodora is in the realm, and then she's just going to be permanently in the realm essentially the rest of the game. There's not a whole lot I can do about it, right? So you start to lose some of the healing. I can't really keep him more alive, and then they get to side assist, and then it gets to this point of the game where everyone starts nuking each other, and you know, I finally get the nuke there without the assist, and then it becomes my match. Now if the Himiko has infinite firepower and gets to start going a little bit earlier, then this matchup becomes way harder. And if they have Chaos Storm on someone else, it becomes even harder. I'm a fan of Chaos Storm not being on the carry. It actually isn't a huge damage ability, but you're going to get that decrease no matter who it's on. So I would consider putting it on other heroes and having this as a more damage heavy skill slot. But yeah, in summary, I've been floating around the 15 to 25 marker, which is pretty good. My entire squad's not all that great yet. I'm still only 3-5 on the Thunder, and this is a very flimsy 7-7. A lot of the skills behind it are not very high. But all in all, I think my main is starting to round out very well. I like where it's going. I can beat some very strong teams, and I'm quite happy with the setup I've been going with. So keep in mind, as a kind of summary, this final slot can be a lot of things on solo carry teams, either Poseidon, Himiko, whatever, Alex. It can be double stacking with battle stance, it can be with Blade Vortex, or it can be more cautionary like Fighting Master if you have weaknesses to things. So be careful with what the opponent has and make sure you're ready to swap and adapt, as these are very important factors to winning games. And if you like these kind of videos, let me know in the comments below, and I will catch you guys in the next one.